Welcome everyone. In this video we're covering sales tools that majority of people don't know about. They will give you a competitive advantage and also help you do more work in less time. And the pick of today is Clay.com. Clay.com is basically taking automations and putting it on steroids in terms of lead list building, tapping into accounts, doing research, and also automating all this admin work that eats a lot of time and which you don't spend on selling and doing anything productive. So I'm gonna show you how do you do all your research in 1 hour per month, and I'm gonna illustrate this on example of the real life. So the situation was that we wanted to go into the wallet space, and that my task was like, Nikolai, we need to go into the wallet space. So imagine what would you do if your management shows up tomorrow and they tell you, we have this amazing thing for wallets, let's sell this to wallets. How do you translate this big goal into something actionable, into people that you need to outreach tomorrow? And I'm going to show you what I did, and you can do the same thing. Basically, what you need to have is the first thing. You need to get the wallet list. You need to get all the wallet names. And the way I did is you need to find a credible source that already, like Wallet Connect in my case, that already works with this kind of wallets. They already vetted it. They already know what these wallets are doing. So you go to this kind of aggregation website. If you don't know where to find this for NFT marketplaces, for anything else, check out my video that I'm going to link up below. There is 7 websites where you can find good quality projects. But in this video, we're going to focus on this one. So what do you do next? You go and you start scraping this data, and you use the Clay.com extension for this to get the wallet names and wallet attributes. It basically goes on the web page, it finds different elements, it scrapes all of the data in the table, and the most important thing that you need to have is the name of the wallet. And for example, if you want to do more of the scraping, you just go to other pages, and it automatically understands that the same thing that was on the previous page, it should do the same thing for the next page. So you can scrape this whole list of 10 pages very, very quickly. You see that items are just adding up. Once you have it, you can just you can copy it, or you can export it as a CSV. And in my case, let's say you go and copy this. The next thing that you do, you go to the Clay.com extension, and if you have never seen this, it works like a database, basically like a table. In the table, you have columns, and by having these columns, you have different tools and automations that would help you enrich and extract more data from these columns using different tools like Google, ChatGPT, ZoomInfo, Apollo, and others. So the first thing that we will do, we have a sample of these 10 wallets. The first thing that we will do, let's get domains out of this just names. And we're going to use Google for this, Google automation. You go and you click on add enrichment, and you see for enrichments, there is multiple things here. There is company enrichments, people enrichments, and advanced enrichments. So here, everything related to companies, here, everything related to people, like their emails, phones, their contact data, and here, everything related to advanced, like how to use AI and GPT to automate and write, for example, personalized intros for people that you found. But this is dark magic, and we're not going to cover this in this video. If you want, you can watch a ton of tutorials on YouTube how to do this thing, but we're going to focus on company and on the people website, how to go from 0 when you don't have anything to having lead lists in like less than an hour. So what we're going to do here is that we go to domains. In domains, we need to find this thing, find domain from a company name. You click on this, and then it asks you to choose the company name field from your table. And you choose that it's the name. Boom, you choose the name, and you tell continue to add. And then it asks you what you want to extract. So I am interested in the domain name and title. Title is like a short explanation what this company is doing. Let's avoid this thing. And then let's just get the domain. So what you do, you save and run first 10 rows. It goes on the Google, pastes into Google, looks for the websites, and then from the website gives you the domain. Very easy. Now we have all the domains. How long did it take us? Maybe 5 seconds. Then from this list of domains, I want to get their LinkedIns, because from LinkedIns we can get way more information. What you do next, you go to enrichments, and then you go again to the company data, and then you look for enrich company. From enrich company, you click here, and then company identifier, you go domain, and then from domain you continue to add fields. It asks us what do we want to get from the LinkedIn. We can scrape so many LinkedIn data, and you see, like, we can scrape from name, size, description. We definitely need LinkedIn URL because that's always important. We can scrape the description, so it's easier for us to understand whether it scraped the right company or not. And you can scrape the country, you can scrape, for example, how many people, like employee count, or the size, which is even more important, like employee count if you want to get it, company ID, locations, if you're interested in this. And then let's say that's everything that I want to have. So you see it adds one more table here. It gets all the data for the people, it gets all the LinkedIns, it gets all the descriptions, it gets the size of the people, it gets me the employee count, how many people actually works for this company. And then let's say I'm interested to sell to CEO or CTO, or like basically to C-level executives. I'm interested in C-level executives data. Now we go to the people data, and then in the people data, what we have? We have a ton of stuff. But we like LinkedIn profile, job title, and all of this thing. What we're interested in find contacts at company. So instead of doing this manually, Clay will do everything for us. We go find contacts at company, then company identifier is a URL because they want the company LinkedIn URL, and you see that the URL file is the LinkedIn file, and Clay automatically understands this. Then you say what kind of job title words you want to have. Let's say CPO, CEO, CTO, and I don't know, COO. 4 titles. You can exclude certain job titles, like for example, if you do not want, some people are, they say that assistant to CEO. If you do not want assistant, you just put assistant here. Assistant. Boom. Very easy. Then you can filter for job title, include past experiences, minimum number of months, start date, locations. You see, it gives you so many different ways how you can filter out the right people, like what kind of languages they speak and this and that. But I'm going to keep it very simple in this tutorial. Then you go to continue what kind of fields you want to have. So like, would it be the name, or you want to just first name, last name? Do you want to get their URL? Yes, let's get their personal URL. Let's get where they live, their location, their title for sure, and that's it. Like, of course, you can see how much things you can more export. You can basically get their summary, and then from the summary and from the company that they work in, you can tell GPT to write a personalized intro, and then Clay will do this for you. But right now we're gonna keep it very, very simple. So you do this, it automatically goes, looks for the LinkedIns, looks for the people that we mentioned, and here you see for each company it found like at least one profile in different connections, and it tells you what are the titles. So where do you actually find these people? Like you can also click here, and then you click here, and then you see that on the people it basically has all the information because it automatically scrapes everything that you want, and then in the right menu that we have been clicking with you, you just choose what you want to see in the table. But if you, for example, then later on you decide that you want to have more, you want to have job count, you can also add this as a column, and you can add it on the right. So like, but at this point, what you have is you have these people, and then once you have these people, once you have their URL profiles, you can go to enrich data, you can go, for example, to emails, or to, let's go for emails to example. What you can tell Clay to do, they can find different work emails based on the employee and the company name. You can use, you can scrape the email from LinkedIn, because some automations here, they require LinkedIn. You can scrape emails from GitHub. You can do this. You can use Apollo. You can use Clearbit. You can use like all these different automations, like Number, for example, to get the person's data, like name, the company they work in, and then you add LinkedIn for a better precision, and then it goes and it finds their valid, and then it finds their email. So for example, in this one, for example here, let's say Datagma, it finds the work email of an employee by a company given a full name and the company name. We have everything. You click on this and you go and you start finding people. I do not want to waste more credits, but the thing is very, very clear and simple. No matter how many companies you have here, 10, or you have 15, or you have 20, or you have 10,000, the result is going to be the same. For some companies, the automation, of course, is not perfect. And for the Copiosa wallet, for example, they didn't find a CEO. But in fact, I know that there is a CEO because we work together with him. So you go and you find this person manually. You just put their name here, you just put their LinkedIn profile, and every other integration would work completely the same. This was, in short, how you can use Clay to automate the prospecting and building the lead list and all of this information for you. In long term, this tool is available used for everybody, and I think it will be used by a majority of SDRs, because right now, if a company can hire one SDR that knows how to automate the stuff like this, or they have a choice to hire 2 or 3 SDRs, they of course would go for the one guy or girl that knows how to use these automations. So be smart, educate yourself, and stay in the market, because the market inevitably it is gonna change. It's gonna use more technology. So you wanna use more technology and know how to be better. You need to improve constantly, and these tools like Clay, they will help you to be there where you need to be. I'm going to share more of this information, more tools like this that you can use and leverage and basically make yourself more productive. So if you like this video, if you're enjoying it, check out other videos that I made about ChatGPT and automations and other tools, how to use Clay and other use cases down below. And I'm going to also link all the files here. You're going to see the different video formats, and looking forward to see you in the next video. See you and bye-bye.